So I invite all of us to settle into our seat, however we've chosen to sit, and on whatever we've chosen to sit. And if you slide the eyes closed, you can just start to feel that sense of landing, right? And maybe if you did practice with me, hi Nancy, that Visio Divina of divine looking that I invited you into just a few moments ago. Maybe if you closed your eyes, you could take that divine gazing inward and welcome any sense of wonder, curiosity, or mystery. Feel the anatomical structure of your body, the way it's supporting your posture. The way you've got a solid base through your seat and your legs and the outsides of your feet grounded to the earth. You've got the support of your spine and the entire column, the center meridian of the body, that whole channel of energy that runs vertically, supported by all those muscles and ligaments, joints, your spinal column. And the placement of your head at the top. And just stay in your own good company, just like that, for a little visualization to open us up. It's the image of a lotus and how a lotus roots in the mud and grows toward the light and blossoms. And, you know, it's symbolic of the human journey for those of us that are really seeking, reaching toward the light. So we're beginning by arriving and feeling ourselves settling down into the ground, rooting even. Sensing our spine rising with this gentle, dignified lift. And allowing our awareness to settle down into the ground. Right? Layer of grass, soil, rock, or if you're indoors, you know what you're being seated on, but beneath all of it is Mother Earth. And then bringing to mind the image of a lotus, a lily, and they're in full bloom right now. July has been their time. And the lotus's journey begins in the mud, in the thick, dark, dense mud. And there its roots find what they need to anchor and grow. And without the mud, there is no blossom. Without the mud, there's no blossom. And in the stillness beneath the water, the lotus sends up that tender shoot, that stem, and it reaches patiently, instinctively toward the surface, toward the light, right? Toward possibility, toward the fresh air. And when it breaks through the surface of the water, it opens into beauty, just radiant and unsoiled by the mud below. You are the lotus plant, rooted in the earth, nourished by life's challenges, rising up with the aid of your practices and opening to your fullest expression. So you're just pausing with that imagery of the mud. And by this point in life, we've all had plenty of challenges, right? And there is a richness to those challenges, and there is blossoming that comes out of that. So let's get our left hand over the heart and pause here. Maybe these days you feel like you're in the mud, or maybe it's more of a season of blossoming, or maybe it's that midsection of growth. But wherever you are in the journey, on a large scale, or even just the journey of the day or the week, let's just give a little bow to that. Self-care, self-acknowledgement, acceptance, appreciation. And then adding to that, the right hand over the left, right? And feel this kind of like a protection cross over the heart center, right? And this is an hour where we're cultivating our own energy, right? Taking responsibility for our health and for our energy, and just giving ourselves permission to do that. There's no one else we need to take care of in this hour. No business to tend. Just to fill our tank, let ourselves grow a little bit. Good. And let's the hands kind of fall down toward the lap. And let's just start to gather in some of the resources of the universe and of nature. So guide your right hand up overhead and draw us right down center line. Nice. And then other one. And down. And let's take both hands together. Inhale, reach it up. Your palms meet and you're coming down. And let's start to make a nice smooth pattern out of that. Inhale, reaching up, rooting down through our hips. Exhale, draw down, look down if you'd like, if that feels good on your spine. And let's continue to flow like that. Sometimes these are referred to as sun breaths. Start to deepen the way that the breath comes in through your nose. You can send it out through the mouth for some clearing breaths to start right off with. And maybe a sound to your breathing, maybe an audible exhale. For most of the way through the week, sometimes by Thursday, you have a little sense of if it's been a taxing week or not. If it has, and by Thursday, usually you feel it. Just come on up. Slide it down. Good. Lean over. Touch your left fingertips to the ground. Take the right arm up and start to swirl it around. So nice and fluid. You might even think you're leading from the wrist. You can turn the head as you roll around. Keep weight in both your sitting bones, especially that right one, and whenever you're leaning left. Beautiful. When that right hand comes around and it's near that left knee, hold the left knee, push off the ground, off your left fingertips, and bend your left elbow, half bind, slide your left fingertips along the back of your waistband, any amount. Aim to keep the chest open and just a gentle rotation to the left. Breathing in, breathing out. And then the right hand's going to stay holding the left knee, and the left hand unthreads. We lift up overhead, look forward, and give a little lean. Draw down that left sitting bone. You can peek under your left armpit. We're kind of curious if who's coming into the grove, the big red truck. And then ripple yourself right back up. Hands to the knees, separate out your feet and get ready to go the other way. Let's tuck opposite heel in, opposite leg in front. Drop down, wiggle, wiggle. Let's take a big breath up. Palms meet. Slide onto your right hand. Get some weight into it. I'm using fingertips, so I'm kind of elevated. Maybe that's nice for you. Left arm comes up and around. It's nice and loose. Always early in practice, we're putting the spine through its 6 healthiest movements. So we're opening up space, sides of the spinal joints, as well as the front and back. We want to connect with that feeling of head circles also, maybe. One more. Swirl around. Your left hand's going to find your right knee. You're going to push off your right hand, sit tall, half behind, bend your right elbow, slide fingernails along the back of the waistband. Draw your shoulders, your chest open by drawing your shoulder blades toward each other a little bit. Nice, easy twist to the right. If you haven't yet brought the breath or sunk the breath right down into the low belly, you can do that now. Your left hand connected to your right knee. Free your right arm up overhead. Turn your chest forward, side bend left. Keep grounded down through your hips. Placement of the head is wherever's best for your neck. If you want to stay here, but turn your head to the right, take a little peek under your right armpit, see how that goes. Let's ripple ourselves right back up. Hands to the knees. We're going to slide the feet wide, and we're going to come up off the block, up to a standing position. We're going to set those blocks up forward. And we're going to find a way to stand comfortably. Yeah, I'm just putting those off to the front. We'll likely use those. Let's fix our garments. And actually, in my Qigong practice this morning at home, I did a sweeping, and it was really kind of, it was kind of good. It's kind of effective. So raise your left arm and take your hand and just sweep down your right side. So you're just sweeping off. We don't even need to call it negative energy, just anything that's sticky or heavy that is stuck. So we're just doing a cleansing, little sweep all the way down. Just think of it flicking down into the earth, right? Mother Earth is the great recycler. Good. And let's do the other side. Lift your right arm up, sweep down kind of from the elbow to the hip. Anybody has a pet that loves to be brushed, you know, like brushing the pet? Just sweeping off. And then let's come to the chest. Let's sweep, sweep, sweep all the way down. Sweep off your abdomen, your hips. Sweep off your low back, all the way down the legs. Any way that feels good to you. Right? Sweeping it off. Let's brush out through the scalp. Sweep, sweep, sweep. Nice. Let the arms fall down by the sides. Sink your weight into your feet. Soften your knees. Turn from your waist to the left and to the right. Start to feel your arms follow along. I'd like you to be as loose as possible. Okay. Have those knees bent. Swing your arms around. Allow your hands to slap against your side. Back is knocking on life's gate on the low back. We're waking up our energy further, then we can circulate more refined energy. So we wake up the energy, kind of purify it a little bit, and then circulate it. That's a good practice. You swing it around a little bit more if you're coming up toward the chest, tapping up into the upper chest area. Sometimes the dog days of summer can feel a little taxing on the lungs, so you're just kind of tapping into the upper lungs. And then up over the shoulders. Relaxing out breaths. We'll wind our way back down until we become still and just pause here. It's like soft mountain. Give a little shake. Shake your hands, your arms, bounce into your heels if you'd like. Continuing to wake up all that good energy. Keep your breath going. If you have an area of your body where you're holding a lot of heavy tension, you can kind of bounce it out, shake it out. And then slow that down, close your eyes. Observe your body, feel your connection to the earth. Feel the touch of the air on your skin. Whatever sounds are around you. Place your face in a little gentle smile and let that energy of the smile fill through your eyes and shine down into your heart. Hold your eyes open. Widen out your legs a little bit more. Let's do some hip circles. So I had requests for hips. And then on further thought, she said, well, actually the whole body. So we'll always do the whole body. But any other requests of particulars? So feel that you're creating kind of a spiral. Roll it around. Right? And envision a belly dancer and how fluid they are in the hips. Just see if you can channel a little of that. And then the other way, or into just figure eights, where you can kind of shift one hip forward and then the other hip forward. Relax through the head. You can swirl the shoulders up and around if you want at the same time. They've been pre-trimming and now the grinding up, everything they trimmed. So I hope on Zoom you'll still be able to hear me. Nice. So let's do a few standing poses before we come down further. I like to do a little sequence with warrior two. So you could turn that. That might be the most important moment. And turn our mat. So we can all face forward. Let's take a wide stance. And we're just going to be fluid about it. We're not going to try to power our way through the standing sequence. But you can place your feet wide, definitely wider than your hips. And place your hands just right on your hips. Let's turn the left toes out, bend the left knee. Okay, then let's cut into a warrior two. So filling it all up. And then turn the gaze beyond the left fingertip. Turn your left palm up. Put your right hand back on your right side. Glide your left fingertips through the air. Gentle side bend supported by your strong leg. Coming back to warrior two. Bend your left elbow. Either just tilt forward or put your left elbow on your left side. It's like a nice long your right hand to right hand down. Find yourself in a wide forward fold. And stay there for a few moments. Try to bring the camera in a little closer so you can hear me better. That's what I'm hoping for. Then our wide footed forward fold. Hands to the hips. If you want to the other way, turn your right toes out. Bend your right knee, lengthen that left leg. Powerful pose. Chest faces forward, but the arms come out. Turn your gaze over your right hand. Just pause, glance into the ground. Reverse warrior. Left hand comes back, right hand puts up. Guide your hand up. Do a nice stretch to your right rib cage. Look forward with that right elbow. Either you can just kind of pause up here or put your right elbow down on your right thigh. Keep your left arm up. And then reach long your left foot to your left hand. Turn to face the ground. Wide footed forward fold. Have your feet wide enough so your hands can touch the ground. Rock side to side. Couple more times, side lunging. Hips are high and down. Couple moment in goddess. I think we practice goddess. All elbows are high. Space forward. Knees are bent. Really plant into your feet. You're a little flowing goddess. Look up, bring your elbows back. And then curl your fingers in, round your spine, bring your elbows toward each other, squeeze in with your abdomen, and come our spine, lymph pumping. Curl the hands in, round, tuck, squeeze elbows together. Do that a couple more times. Inhale, opening up, expansive guidance, then squeezing it in. Work with your breathing. Inhale, open right up. Exhale, squeeze and hold. One more time. Inhale, open it up. Exhale, squeeze and now we can open up 5-pointed stars. Great legs, great arms. Right, spread the toes, spread the fingers. Again. Your hands behind your back. And then if you'd like to hands forward a little bit, or all the way down. Up with the knuckles. The shoulders. If you might want to side lunge a bit. Like a little rock side to side. And roll ourselves up. And take one big reach out. Inhale. Drawing down the heavens. Slide your hands down, just washing this good, fresh energy through our bodies. And one scoop from the ground. Inhale, drawing this earth energy up. The earth and sky mix, pause, rest for a moment, standing. Bring our feet together, set our mat forward again. And find our way down to hands and knees. So you are welcome to use the blocks for a couple of different reasons. You could put your blocks down for your elbows. If you feel like your wrists are cranky today, you're welcome to do that. Find our little tabletop and like lift up each hand and reset it. Lift up each knee and reset it. Kind of like Goldilocks, finding just the right placement. Let's come into the cat and cow flow. Rounding. And then in breath, lift your hips up, lift your chest up. And let's go back like that. I don't want you to feel like limited to be in tabletop. You certainly kind of be flowing forward a little bit if your weight shifting if you want it, or shifting your weight back if that felt good. Time to release tension from your jaw. So a few open mouth exhales, like you're yawning. That could be really beneficial. Another few rounds of cat and cow. Let's stay in tabletop and find a neutral spine, engaging your lower abdomen, lower dantian, drawing it up toward your low back, centering yourself into your right knee so the left foot can come behind. Bend the left knee. Look left, bring your left knee toward your left shoulder and make circles of any size. Remember, if your wrists bother you, you can come to your elbows, or you can come onto fists, or you can use the blocks. If that's feeling good, make those circles a little bigger. Go slow enough that we're not swinging and using momentum. We're really drawing with the core. Nice. And then send that left foot back, send your heart forward, and we'll take a few crunches here. Rounding and tucking. Exhale, squeeze your nose and your cheekbone. Inhale, send the left foot back. Nice 50 exhale when that knee is in. Nice robust inhale when the foot is back. Good. One more. This time we've got the left foot back. Flex your ankle. Take your foot to the side to set up for gate. Your left foot's flat on the ground with your toes forward. And you gingerly walk your way up. Check out how that right knee is. See if you need to pad or not. So it feels There's some similarities to Warrior Two, where you're set up forward like this in this asymmetrical. Put your right hand down by your right hip. Take your left arm up, circle it around, and do that a couple of times. Around, circle through the shoulder if you can. It's gonna be so nice when they're done over there with all that noise. Slide your left hand to your left thigh, pause, circle your right arm. A generous circle. This nice mantra, I am loosening up. Integrating all the parts of my body, coming together in coordination and harmony. Hold your right hand overhead, slide into a little bit deeper gate pose. So you're drawing the lower abdomen in, dropping your tailbone toward the ground, lifting up through the spine and bending to the side. If you want to add a little flourish, flex your top wrist, press up with your right hand. Do the opposite with the left hand. Press down past your right sideways. And extend, reach. That's a bigger. Stack your way right back to the center. Come on down to the palms. Keep that leg out to the side for a moment if you can. Walk your hands forward any amount. Keep your tailbone really high in the air, but sink your chest any amount toward the ground. You want to feel, it's a little bit like puppy pose. You want to feel like you're stretching through the chest and shoulder. Just take a moment's breath here. Good. And then bring your body away from the mat. Find a way to get your left leg, left knee on the mat, right knee on the mat. Lower ourselves into a very low setting of Sphinx pose. Nance, do you want to take a minute and spread your blanket back out over there so you can see? Okay. I see a really great spot for you right over there. So let's let the head hang down and give the head a shake, right? Like a ragdoll head. So we're propped up on our forearms, on our elbows, but we're going to shake the head out. Not going to carry tension that's unneeded. Not going to be responsible for other people's lives. And little nod, yes. Yeah. I'm going to find grace wherever I go. And then pivot your nose to face forward. And then lengthen out your body gently from your pelvis out through your toes. So that moment of allowing the spine to relax and drape toward the ground. Turn your chin towards your left shoulder for a moment. And turn your chin towards your right shoulder for a moment. And do that a few times back and forth in a way that feels good. No clenching of the teeth, just nice and easy. We're going to slide the right arm forward, flat down. We're going to slide the left palm outside the left chest and get ready to roll onto the right side of our body. We're just going to lay right on the ground on our side. We've got the left hand in front of the chest helping us stay up. And then we'll do a little bit with the lower body from here. I want to mention that if you want to stretch the shoulder really deeply, I'm not going to do that today, but you could take your right arm into a T out to the side and then roll. But I think we're all pretty happy here. So let's bend the bottom leg. Let's bend the right leg and ground it down so we've got a good stable base. Lift the left knee up and make some circles slowly with the left knee, where you're quite certain that your core is helping that left knee move around. Nice. And then hold your left knee towards your left shoulder, flex your left ankle, and push your left heel any amount right up toward the sky. And just pause and breathe here. Feel that you're grounded, all those places where you're touching the earth. You're extending up through that top leg. Point and flex your left foot a few times. Then circle the left ankle once or twice. Bend the left knee and drop your left toes back behind your right leg onto your mat or onto your blanket. And then see if you want to settle
the whole left foot. Good. And then just a little windshield wipering with your left knee. It's kind of flapping your left knee left and right, rotating into the hip. Good. I'm going to roll back down to center. Pause right through midpoint. Take a moment, let your head drape. Just feel that your whole body is facing the ground. And then we'll just try that on the other side. Right? So let's send the left arm straight out. That left shoulder makes a pillow for the left side of your head. Right hand in front of the chest. Roll completely onto your left side. Bend your left leg and ground it down as a base. Bend your right knee, bring it up towards your right shoulder, and make small circles, trying to hold your pelvis as stable as possible. Allow yourself to be supported by that ground under your whole left side. And then hold your right knee up towards your right shoulder, flex the right ankle, press your right heel straight up toward the sky. Just pause here, feel the effort of that. Press it out. Now let your right knee bend. Take your right foot back behind you and spend a few moments here, sinking the right foot toward the ground, opening the pelvis toward the left side of the space. And if you'd like, flapping your right knee, just getting mobility further into the right hip. Good. And let's find our way back to center. Let's walk the palms back to frame the chest and prepare to press up and back, either into child's pose or a downward facing dog, or maybe a little of both. So yogi's choice. Like you to just notice the contrast. We opened the front side of the body a lot through that sequence. And now whether you're in child's pose or down dog, you're opening the back side of the body. Just tending to the way that we complement our flexions and our postures to create balance. So let's all set up for a wide knee child's pose with the option for frog. So I'm going to suggest that you pivot toward the left. So you're going to be facing the long left side of your mat. Widen out your knees. And for starters, your big toes can point in. Tuck your chin towards your chest, round your spine. Sink your hips towards your heels. Kind of feel how that's going to go today. Drop to your elbows. Stack your hands and just pause here to concentrate on the lower body of sinking hips toward the heels, right? Finding what kind of flexion the knees will tolerate today. Maybe that little wiggle to get your torso closer to the ground. Kind of like taking out the trash. Open up your mouth and give a nice exhale. Yeah, let it go. So some of us will stay here, but some of us will come into frog. So if you want to explore frog, you're going to rise up, bring your hips away from your heels, come up onto your palms with a wide-kneed tabletop. Then flex your ankles, separate your feet, and now your toes turn out and they do something like frog legs. You can widen your knees if you're really going for that big groin stretch. So table, wide knees, drop directly to your elbows. So we're not pushing the hips toward the heels like child's pose. It's much more like table. Stack your hands, rest your head. And then you can play around with moving your feet further away from each other. You can kind of shimmy your sitting bones left and right. You can allow your ribs and your chest to drop toward the ground. Right? And the inner thighs are kind of moving back behind you. Good. Breathe into all that tension. Just find a level of stretch that's going to work well for you today. Good. Oxygenate that blood even more. Deep inhales and exhales. Let's hold for 5 more breaths. That's it. We'll come up onto one palm at a time. Walk the knees in. Drop down on your hips, feet forward. Soles of the feet together, legs in a diamond shape. Lori, that was a lot on the knees. I hope you're doing okay. Yeah, let's bring the soles of the feet together. If you want to take those blocks, I really do like supporting those dangling knees with blocks. So if you enjoy that at all, I think it's worth a go. And then sit up tall and just see where your hands naturally land. Slide your eyes closed. Listen to the cicadas. That's the mating call from high up in the trees. The cicadas, I've read, start their life deep in the ground. Then they molt and rise and have their mating in the trees. A little like a lotus, starts in the ground, rises. So let's come forward with the hands traveling in the direction of the feet and softly leaning forward, being sure not to pull and run risk of damaging the low back. So it's a lean, it's like a slight assist with the hands, but certainly not a tug. And then you can decide if you're just going to kind of ease forward and stay rather still, or you want to sway side to side, loosen up. Keep getting that spine to be flexible. Restack our spine, reach for the strap. Restack the spine. I'm going to uncurl the strap. It's your day. Okay. All right, we're going to take that left foot and put the strap on the ball of the left foot. And we can keep the block on the right knee and just kind of see what we think about that. But I'd like you to lean back and lift up. So we're going to work in the hamstrings of the left leg. I'm going to take a loop with each of my straps because that feels really sturdy to me. And so once I've got an idea of, okay, I think my right leg's going to be all right, I'm going to press out through the left heel. So I'm going to just do a little cat and cow here. You float your elbows out, move your left cheekbone towards your left knee, and your left leg can be quite bent. Mine's hurts. And then the inverse is sit up tall, lift the nose, move your ribs towards your left thigh. And then again, let's exhale, round back, lift the toes as high as you want, elbows splay wide. Inhale, sit up nice. And Nancy, I've got a wrap on each of my straps. If that would be easier on your hands, you can just give that a try. Let's do that a few times, each of us rounding and then sitting up tall, activating our core. Exhale, round. Inhale, sit it up, hold. If you're feeling adventurous today, shift your straps into your left hand to right knee. Come out to the side any amount with that left heel. Strong left arm. You're facing forward. Good. Bring the left leg around. Prepare to put it straight out in front of you and down. Let's keep the straps just for a few more moments. Little wrap. And prepare to easily come forward. It's nice and soft. Fold forward. Bend the left knee if you want to. We're not going to be here super long. But relax your hips down, down, down. Breathe length up your spine. If you're not loving the strap, you can put it down, but I think for today it seems to be serving us pretty well. Last moment to let the body really fall forward. Restack your spine. Slip that strap off for a moment. Come back on your hands, and then let's slide the legs the opposite way. Legs probably feel really different right now after doing those intense hamstrings like that.
strap. Strap around your right foot. Left leg is bent. Support of the block can be helpful if you want it. I'm going to take a wrap. And you're going to lean back. You're going to bend that right knee. Lean back. Press the foot upward. Float your elbows wide. Like you're a big beach ball. And let's do that cat-cow here. So we're going to exhale. Draw the navel back. Draw your right knee in the direction of your right cheekbone. Next in-breath, push out through your right heel. Sit up tall. Move your chest towards your right thigh. Find that flow. Exhale. Down. Inhale up nice and tall. You're working the spine. You're working the core. You're getting right leg hamstring stretch. You're building some upper body tone with the strap. What's going on? One more. Hold. Shift the strap to your right hand to left knee. Move your right heel to the side. Keep your chest forward if you can. Good. Breathe in, breathe out, sitting nice and tall. A lot of work. Forward with the right leg, straight down in front of us. Separate out the straps, one for each hand, unless you've got other ways you like to do things. Allow your body, your lower body to drop down. So relax. And then start the lean forward. Encourage that left hip to relax into the support of that block off to your left. Feel the back of the right leg lengthen. A few flowing breaths here. Wonderful. Let's restack the spine. Slip that strap over to the side. Lengthen out both legs. Add one more little fold before we come onto our back for the remainder of class. I'm going to put a block behind each knee. You can do so if you want. Heels are as wide as your yoga mat. Put your fingertips out to the side like so. And energize and really ground into your fingertips. Move your ribs forward. Lift your chin up and breathe and pause here. Just work with drawing the shoulder blades toward each other on the upper back, pressing your sitting bones down into the ground until you're creating all this space through the heart center and through the lungs. Any remaining tension melt right off your shoulders, down through your arms, into your fingers, and dissolve right into the ground. And then release the effort of that. Allow your chest to round forward. Transition your hands onto your knees. Slide your palms down the front side of your shins any amount until you come to a comfortable forward fold. Hands connecting anywhere that's helpful. Right, you can kind of just stay and lean. As always, you can micro move your torso a little side to side if that would be enjoyable for you. Breathe out a couple of times through an open, wide open mouth, like you're yawning. Roll it right back up, slip those blocks out, and prepare to come down on your back. So you can come down slowly. If you're a Pilates student, you know how to round the low back and come down slowly. Otherwise, we'll all just ease ourselves down. Come into a long body stretch that takes a couple of seconds to really get long. Walk your heels to the front corners. Walk your hands back, back, back. Squeeze everything. Reach, reach, reach. Breathe in. Breathe out and drop. Like a hot potato. All right, and just stay right there, melting into the ground. Only thing you're focusing on is your body and your breath. Okay. So you can do a little assessment if you wanted to go into Shavasana 15 minutes before the end of class. You could do that now, or we'll do a little more. So your blocks are close by. You're probably going to use those, so just leave those there. And from being on our backs, let's come into bridge. So you're going to bend at the knees. Your feet are flat on the ground. Walk your heels in the direction of your sitting bones, and then just really plant the feet. And now with the arms by your side, press your low back down into the mat, make an imprint, which tilts the pelvis up. Then push into your feet. It's almost like you're leading with the pubic bone up toward the sky. Come on up, play with your footing, adjust your footing so it feels really supportive. And we're gonna stay up in bridge, if our bodies are up for it. So I'm gonna walk the backs of my shoulder blades underneath my back, roll my palms to the sky, and keep my arms here. I think some of you might want to take a bind, but this is also an option where you get the elevated chest, but not quite the torque on the shoulder. So consider that. And then assess whether you're pushing into the whole foot. It's often that we splay the knees out a bit and we roll to the outer edges of the foot, but I'd like to see you press squarely into the entire foot. Activate all the strength of your legs you have to lift the hips up. Take some nice deep breaths here. Right? Supporting the front body opening by the strength of the back body. Nice time to sky gaze or treetop gaze. When you keep the hips up, reach for your blocks. I hope that they're within reach. Slide them together and place them underneath your hips so you can land your hips on those blocks. Oh, feel that moment when you land. Relax. Walk your shoulder blades back apart if you tucked within. Your arms can be just relaxed anywhere outside the body. We'll spend a few moments here in the supported bridge. Noticing the downward slope, nice slide from the kneecaps in toward the chest. A lot of blood flowing back toward the heart. Gives the heart a little break from all the pumping. And then if you want to come into shoulder stand, draw one knee at a time in. It's possible you'll have to adjust precisely where you want those blocks to feel best supported. And then the knees come up and you stay with the knees bent over the chest, or you can kind of complete the supported shoulder stand by floating your feet up into the air. Allow your head to sink down into the ground, your shoulders. Just consider if you would want to take your arms wider with your palms up, if that feels like a great chest opener. Nice. We'll just have some little meditative moments here. Continuing to allow your body weight to sink into the earth. Just see how little effort you can exert to keep those feet up there. If you wanted to slowly drift your toe tips toward the space behind your head, you get a little extension in your low back. That could feel good for some of us. It's kind of like a supported plow, you could call it, if you know that pose. And then we'll take the legs wide into a straddle, but come out slowly. Good. So find yourself in a straddle that satisfies you. Palms could come on the inseam of the legs for gentle pressing of the legs slightly open, and then a circling of both ankles. As fluid and smooth as you can. Feel how you're getting into the inner thigh a little more. Maybe that frog pose kind of warmed us up for this. Circle the other way with your ankles. And bring your ankles still and do a circling with your wrists. A few circles in each direction. And then we're going to slide the hands to the outside of the legs. Close the legs up together, kind of like you're closing a book. Bending at the knees, floating your feet right down onto the earth. Press into the feet, lift your hips up. Take those blocks and place them right out to the side, just right off of your mat.
and we're going to come into a reclining spinal twist. So you can bring both your knees in over your chest, and that block to your right would be like a little landing pad for your outer right shin. So just see if you like that, or your outer right ankle. Some people like that 4-inch gap, that 4-inch boost between the ground and the knee. It helps sink the left shoulder down more. If it's precarious and you don't like it, you can just take the block out. And if your right elbow is resting down on the ground, could your right palm rest onto that top thigh, top knee, or even just the bottom knee would work fine. And extend out through your left arm to soften your left shoulder down. Turn your head slightly left, and you can keep that left arm out to the side like an airplane wing, or you can start to reach your left fingertips beyond the top of your head, still keeping your left shoulder on the ground. But now you've got a lateral stretch for your left side body. Smooth, easy breathing. Good. Let's come on out and head to the other side slowly, very meditatively coming through the center. Preparing to drop folded legs to the left, land on the block or on the ground. So your hips kind of stack, your feet soften, left hand assisting the legs earthward. Melting down with your right shoulder, maybe turn the head a little right. Breathe softly and deeply. Keep the right arm out to the side like an airplane wing, or bring it up overhead. Giving a good reach from your right hip to your right hand. Pull it down so your right shoulder stays connected to the ground. Satisfying exhalation coming on out of the twist. Maybe a little knee hug for a moment, and then heading into Shavasana. Setting yourself up to have nice long legs. You could tuck a block behind each knee if that would benefit your low back. You could certainly slip in any other movements that you want. So take these early moments in relaxation to notice how deep the mind, body, heart connection is at this time. Did a lot of harmonizing, a lot of integrating, a lot of coordinating, skillful movements. Feel as your eyes slide shut that your concerns for the outer world also can dissolve away for a little while. You're just kind of tending your own inner world with a tone of curiosity and kindness, gentleness, judgment-free zone within yourself. Notice the experience of letting go of the breathing technique and just let it be natural. Feel your jaw soften. Your lips stay together, but there's just nice easiness right through your whole face. Your head sinking right down into the support of the ground. You just feel this general letting go of your whole body. This resting of the emotional part.
settling of the energy. The opposite of the shaking up of the energy, stirring it up. Now we're letting it settle and bring healing wherever it's needed. The hips soften, the legs and arms are relaxed, hands and feet. It's a poem by Kai Seidenberg called Not Knowing. I'm willing to not know. I'm willing to linger in the shadowy in-between place, in the sometimes awkward silence. I'm willing to hold the part of me that is afraid of the dark, that desperately wants to run headlong toward the first faint glimmer of light, no matter the source. I'm willing to have the patience to wait until the mud settles and my mind is clear, to trust the fertility of stillness, to seek the clearer, brighter light that burns just beyond the dark shadows. I'm willing to have the patience to wait until the mud settles and my mind is clear, and to trust the fertility of stillness. I invite you to do a little body scan, kind of like a little whole being scan, and just decide if you need a little longer in rest and relaxation. So give yourself that. Or if you feel ready to come out, you can start to integrate those deeper breaths again. Move through your wrists and ankles, fingers, toes, Eventually reaching out through your limbs, feeling the scope and extension of your glorious body. Gather those knees in for a hug. Good. And then bring yourself up to a comfortable seat. Reposition ourselves just like we arrived. So check in with ourselves. A little check-in. Like you're really asking a dear friend how they're doing. Does any part of you feel lighter? Does your body feel happier? A little more resource, like you got what it takes for whatever this day is calling for. We'll gather left hand over the heart, a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh. I think he made it quite popular, this statement, no mud, no lotus. A few of his words. Most people are afraid of suffering, but suffering is a kind of mud to help the lotus flower of happiness to grow. There can be no lotus flower without the mud. Just honoring where we are in our journey, those muddy spots as well as the sunny, dry, bright spots. And gathering right hand on top of the left, just cherishing the morning of practice. Taking your arms out nice and wide, like big stretch out. Inhale, bring the palms up overhead, just gathering in this beautiful heaven chi, this heaven energy, drawing it down, allowing yourself to be very receptive to inspiration today. Thumbs land at the heart. And I send each one of you wishes for peace, health, and happiness now and always. Namaste. Go in.